indefinite pronouns, and consequently adjectives if this word is modifying a noun, is in English the equivalent of saying some or any. So a pronoun might be someone or anyone. So in a example sentence, someone knows something. We actually have two indefinites. We have a subject, which would be masculine or feminine, and you'll find in Greek it doesn't matter, masculine and feminine are going to be the same form, and something, an accusative direct object, neuter. So someone knows something. In Greek, this word can also be translated, so the word we're going to look at can be translated as someone or anyone or some or any. So any person or any man, if we want to use it as an adjective. It can also be translated as a certain. So a certain man knows this. As long as the writer is not being specific, he's not pointing out which certain man. So again, it's sort of in that indefinite realm. Now, if we look at the forms of the indefinite pronouns or adjectives, and again, the pronoun simply if it is standing by itself, you'll notice is tis or t, and then the stem is tin, and it becomes a third declension. Third declension word. Okay, so tis t, here's our masculine feminine, and there's our neuter. There's an alternate form to, tini, or the alternate form to, and tina and ti. In the plural, tines, we can accent that there if we want, tinon, tina, with the variant form ata, tinon, tinon, tisi, tisi, tinas, tina, again, variant form ata. One thing you'll notice is that the genitive and the dative forms are identical in masculine, feminine, and neuter. Again, same thing in the plural. And another thing you should note is that the accents on these are enclitic. So, in essence, they don't have their own accent. The accent is pushed onto the noun that precedes it. The accent is oftentimes placed on the second syllable just for ease, but it's not always going to be there. When you are reading, what you should really look for is it accented funnily or is it accented on the first syllable? If it's accented, if the word you're looking at is accented on the first syllable, what you're actually dealing with are interrogative pronouns or adjectives. So you'll notice the forms are identical. Tis, ti, tinos, tinos, tini, tini, tina, ti. But they have an accent on the first syllable. So these are interrogatives. So this tis is who, this ti is what. Here, tinos, whose. But over here, it's someone or someone's. So the accent here matters, whether it's going to be indefinite, or interrogative. Now, let's just take a look at a few examples of how these are used, how we can translate them when we see them. And I think you'll find they're really not that difficult. So, poemati, and remember these are enclitics, so the accent here is it's funny. There's no accent on the pronoun here, or the adjective in this case, and so we have a certain poem, or a certain work, or some poem. Poemati, poema being neuter. And notice, generally, you're not going to have an article. You're not going to have to poemati. That would be very odd. Poematatina, Here's our plural, or ata. And if ata is not enclitic, so we would remove this accent, but poematina, certain poems. Andros tinos. So, some man's. Apostrophe s because it's genitive. Andros tinos. Or eukais tisin. By means of some prayers. Dative. And these are just, because they're adjectives, they're going to match in gender, number, and case. So there's really no challenge there. It's just a matter of remembering that if it doesn't have an accent on the first syllable, then we can translate it as certain, some, or any.